Hey everyone, Andrew Medlam here, and earlier on I posted inside the group letting you know that I'm going to create some content for you that if you choose to implement will and can give you the best year ever that you've ever had in your coaching business. Now that's a big bold statement to announce, yet I stand behind it. And I stand behind it because I've achieved results because of it. Okay, now if you choose to ignore what I'm going to share with you right now, and if you choose to buy into what other people want you to buy into, i.e. the next big Facebook ad strategy or the next course on the next copywriting techniques that you need to be implemented onto your landing pages and your sales pages, or the next email marketing campaign sequence that you need to implement in and get out there into your list. If you choose to ignore what I'm going to share with you inside this video and buy into what other people are sharing, then I have no sympathy for you and the results that you've produced in this year. Okay, so accept what I'm going to share with you, learn, implement, and benefit from the results that you'll get from the information I'm going to share with you, and then come back and share with me the results that you've had. Okay? Okay, cool. So number one is you need to be ultra specific in the message that you put out there into the world. Ultra specific. You need to be able to talk about a specific pain point, a frustration, a specific struggle, an obstacle, a challenge that is stopping somebody achieve a specific desire, dream, goal. Ultra specific. Your message needs to be able to articulate a person's problem better than they can articulate that problem themselves. And if you can do that, then when your message lands in front of a specific person, then that message is going to be inspiring, it's going to be empowering, it's going to have a bigger impact, and it's going to create what? It's going to create, number one, marketing attraction. Yet right now you're being too general, so you're not attractive in the marketplace because you're not articulating a specific problem. Okay, so that's number one. Your message needs to be ultra specific. Number two, your message needs to be directed to a person who has that specific problem. Okay, again, if you're trying to save the world, if you're trying to serve everyone, nobody's listening. You're already experiencing that, right? So you know in your head what I'm saying is right. Because you're being too general. You have all these talents and abilities to help people in different aspects and different journeys of their life. And you've maybe as well got several programs that help people in certain struggles and frustrations, which is just confusing you. Okay. So, recap. Number one, ultra specific in your message. Outline a specific pain point and a specific desire. Number two, directing that message directly in front of a specific person who has that problem. Instead of trying to save the world, just focus on one person. Look at the characteristics of that person. Okay? You're going to have a bigger impact. And at the end of this, I'll share with you a case study from a client I worked with a few years ago that this worked a dream on. The third thing that you need to have in place is an offer. Just one offer, not several offers. Just one offer that allows that person to overcome that one problem. Don't try and fix everything about them. Okay? Just help them overcome that one problem. So you got one message directed to one person who's got that problem and offer just one solution to help that person overcome that problem. Okay, the difference between just a surgeon, okay, who can jump into somebody's body and, and help somebody perform some surgery, right? The difference between just a generalist surgeon and a brain surgeon, right? A brain surgeon doesn't do all the other stuff that a general surgeon would do. A brain surgeon is an expert. By you just solving one problem, one person with one solution offer, right, you can become an expert in that area instead of trying to be a generalist and talk about everything. Does that make sense? And then once you've got that dialed in, and then you can start building funnels and webinars and amplifying that message utilizing Facebook ads. Because using Facebook ads too soon, all you're doing is just amplifying into the world what's already not working. And you're just going to be wasting money, right? But you're going to be thinking Facebook ads don't work, yet they do work. It's just that what you're amplifying into the world isn't working. Does that make sense? Simple. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. You don't need to have, a bucket full or a suite of products at different price points. You just have one offer. With that one offer, you can build a 6-figure year business. With one offer, you can scale that business to 6 figures a month with one offer. Targeting one person with a specific problem and a specific desire. Does that make sense? Simplicity. Remember the pinned post video above. Simplicity, not complexity. Understand that. Implement that. So, let me share with you a case study. A few years ago, I had the opportunity to work with an amazing client who lived in Sheffield, not too far away from me. She's a nutritionist. A wealth of knowledge is unbelievable. The amount of money that she's invested in what she does is crazy. Yet she struggled to create a thriving coaching business. She tried Facebook ads, she tried everything, just wasn't working for her. So we got together, we sat down, I looked at everything that she was doing, looked at the posts that she put out there, watching the videos, and again, she was being too general in what she was doing. And the messages were very general. She was trying to serve everyone, nobody was listening, there was no engagement, there was no nothing. She wasn't having an impact in the world. She was enrolling clients, but they were the wrong clients. They didn't see the value in what she offered, so they weren't interested in investing at premium price points that she wanted to enroll clients in it. So we said, okay, we need to be more specific in the message and the person that we're talking to and in the offer that we're selling. She tried to she looked at niching before and she couldn't get her head around it. So I said, okay, let's look at a struggle that you've faced in your life, that you've overcome. Let's have a look at conversations that you love to have, conversations that empower you, conversations that inspire you, conversations that uplift you, conversations that when you have with other people, with anybody really, it just uplifts them and you sparkle, you shine. This is you working at your best, this is you you're sharing your natural, effortless genius, right? And she said, well, she had a terrible menopause. When she went through menopause, it rocked her world, not for the right reason. It changed her totally. It changed. It nearly ended the relationship with her husband. She nearly kicked her family out of the family home. She started drinking. It just totally upset her world. Yet she's come out of it the other side, living and breathing, and a stronger woman because of what she's gone through. Now, when she talks about this with other people, it inspires other people, it uplifts her, because it obviously was a big thing in her life. She was able to have a transformation from that. So we're like, wow, okay, so other women, go through this, right? And she'd actually discovered that helped her level the hormones out was through nutrition and meditation and some other things that she found worked for her. So okay, so you love to have conversations around this area. There's other people in the world that are struggling with this. Can you create a powerful message that we can put out there into the world to test, to see if this conversation empowers other people? So it wasn't long. It wasn't rocket science. It wasn't long before she was writing messages out, and because this message was so inspiring, empowering, and impactful on her own life, she was crying as she was writing these messages out. So she knew what other women were going through. Okay, this is the key. She could articulate the struggles, the frustrations, what were keeping her awake at night. She could identify the secrets that they were bottling inside of themselves that they weren't sharing with their partners that they'd been married to for 10, 15, 20 years. They weren't sharing the things that they wanted to scream out about. She could articulate this to them better than what they could do for themselves. It was like they were going out into the Facebook and they were seeing this message, and when they were reading this message, you were like somebody were holding up a mirror to them of their life. Now that is inspiring, that's empowering, and that's attractive to that particular person. Yeah? You see how this can work? And then when we utilize Facebook ads and push that out into the world, it just made a bigger impact, created a bigger attraction, and it created a flood of people into a funnel. The funnel, on the front end of the funnel, talked about the problem, the desire, and how she could help people overcome this inside the webinar. They go inside the webinar content was talking about the problem, the desire, the struggles, the frustrations, the challenges, and the 3 or 4 key things that they needed to implement to help them to overcome the problem, the desire. Or overcome the problem and bridge the gap between point A and point B, right? Which is the desire. Are you with me? Okay. On the back end, my client then invited them, if you're interested, if you want to know how this can fit into your life to help you to be able to overcome this quicker than what you can do yourself, then I invite you to fill an application form where we can jump on the phone. I can show you how to overcome this. Can you see how now this is going to turn cold traffic into hot prospects? And then at the end of the call, she could then invite them to jump into a specific offer to help them overcome this quicker. Does that make sense? So recap. Number 1, specific message. Number 2, direct you to a specific person who has this specific problem. Number 3, create a specific offer that helps people overcome this specific problem. Implement that into your business today, tomorrow, this week, this month, over the next 11 months in 2018, and build the best business that you've ever had in your business. Let me know how you're on. Speak to you soon.